per your request, we're comparing two VR cloud streaming services. So for who could this be interesting? Well, if you're a Quest owner and don't have a powerful gaming PC, but you have that one Steam VR game in mind you just want to play, like the obvious Half-Life Alyx, but you're not interested in many other games, so you might not want to invest in a gaming PC just for that. VR cloud gaming to the rescue. There are currently two consumer-friendly services that work with VR. That's Shadow and PlutoSphere. You can see me playing Half-Life Alyx here on both services without my PC, and that's possible because the service is streaming the game to my headset. I honestly didn't think this was a viable option yet until I made this how-to video about PlutoSphere. However, in that video we found that PlutoSphere has its disadvantages, so many of you asked about a comparison with Shadow VR, and of course I will share the pros and cons per service and share side-by-side gameplay comparisons. So hopefully you will know which service suits you best by the end of this video. Now I should preface this that this isn't an entirely fair comparison because PlutoSphere is in early access. Many features that Shadow already has are coming later to PlutoSphere. I can test their core use case, which is its VR streaming, so I'm mainly testing that today. But you know what else I put to the test? Today's sponsor. Bulky wallets are of the past. You just need a wallet by the rich. It's slim, lightweight, and still fits up to 12 cards plus room for cash. So carry less, but always have what you need. What I like the most, it's made of military-grade materials for durability, so that it will last a lifetime. I did some testing myself. It's also guaranteed by the Rich team with a lifetime warranty, and they are so confident that you're going to like it. You get to try it yourself for 45 days. By then, if you still think, nah, then you can get a full refund. This is the carbon fiber one, but they have over 30 variations to choose from, and I think they all look awesome. I guess I know what's in your next travel bag. Click the link below and get 15% off with our coupon code. My name is Kaz, and let's continue with the first key difference between Shadow and PlutoSphere. Shadow focuses more on cloud gaming for flat screen, and VR is a side project, so you can see that VR is new and their Quest app is still in beta. Pluto is focused on XR, so also VR and flat gaming is secondary. So if you sign up, their virtual PCs are pre-installed with Steam VR, while on Shadow, you will have to install that yourself. For VR, both services support MetaQuest 1 and 2. Other headsets might be coming in the future. For non-VR, Shadow currently supports Windows, macOS, Ubuntu, and Android and iOS, and as far as I can see, you cannot open Shadow from a web browser, but you have to install an app on your device to run it. Pluto currently supports Android, iOS, HoloLens 2, and Windows support is set to come soon. You can also open their virtual desktop from any device that has an internet browser. The next thing you need to know is availability per platform. Shadow is only available in 8 different countries. This includes the US, UK, Belgium, France, Germany, Switzerland, Luxembourg, and my own little country, the Netherlands. But one important thing, if you're in the US, Shadow may not be available in your state. You can check your state's availability by going to their website, clicking subscribe, and here you can check. Pluto, on the other hand, leverages Amazon Web Services, which has servers worldwide, as you can see from this list. This online tool estimates the network latency from your browser to AWS data centers, so you should be able to use Pluto if you click this button and see anything that has less than 100 ms ping. CloudFront doesn't count though. There's also a huge difference between how the two services bill you. Shadow has a monthly subscription fee from $30 US. You can use the service unlimitedly as long as you pay, but you can cancel at any time until 48 hours before your subscription renews. So if you'd like, you could also use it for just 1 month. Pluto has a time-based billing, so you pay per hour. Now, these prices can change when the service launches out of early access, but right now you have to buy 600 Pluto tokens for 1 hour, which costs $2, so it's $2 per hour. The more tokens you buy at once though, the cheaper it gets, but the cheapest you can get right now is $1.40 per hour. There is one more important difference here. Shadow includes persistent storage in their price. This means anything you install or do on your virtual PC is saved even if you log out. Pluto weirdly does not come with persistent storage immediately. It is a new feature on Pluto, so they are currently testing it, and the price isn't final, but currently it costs around $98 as a one-time fee to get it for 1 year. Cloud streaming without persistent storage is annoying as you need to reinstall the games every time you start your virtual PC, so I think Pluto made their pricing way too complicated than it should be, so hopefully this will be more customer friendly when it launches out of early access. Unfortunately, both Shadow and Pluto have no trial. It will have been nice to have one because the performance of a cloud streaming service can be vastly different per situation. Now, if you want an experience that doesn't make you motion sick, then there are some requirements. Shadow requires a download speed of at least 50 Mbps and a 5 GHz Wi-Fi network. If you use it for other things like leaving this video a like as it supports us tremendously, then the requirements are lower. PlutoSphere's requirements are pretty similar, at least 50 Mbps speed to a ping lower than 100 milliseconds, but for best performance they recommend lower than 50 ms. They also recommend a 5 GHz Wi-Fi 6 connection. Now, in case you're wondering what my internet speed is, well, here it is, tested with my Quest, and I also have a Wi-Fi 6 router, and I think my ping on both services is around 20 milliseconds. Now, here are the PC specs you get when you use their services. So I was looking at internet benchmarks for this, and I saw that both GPUs are pretty similar in performance, although Shadow's P5000 GPU seems better, but it does have worse CPU performance. I also checked out the download speed per service, because if you have to download games on the virtual PC too, you might want a speedy connection. Look at that speed on Pluto though. Now it's time for some VR game impressions. So first, let me show you how they start. What I like about Shadow VR is that you do not need anything other than your Quest 2 to start playing VR in the cloud. Once you have a membership, you just need to install their Shadow app via side Quest. Then you need a device with an internet browser to connect, but only once. After those initial steps, you can just launch the app in VR and do everything from there. You can even switch to a 2D desktop and then change back to Steam VR, all from within VR. It's quick and easy. On Pluto, there are some initial steps you need to do first before you can get into streaming VR. You only need to do those steps once, but it can be a lot, so I detailed this in my how-to video, which is linked below. After that, every time you want to play VR, you have to go to their dashboard first on any internet browser that you may have. Here, start the service with the button, wait for 10 to 15 minutes before you can open your virtual desktop. Then you have to start Steam VR first before putting on your Quest. So yes, Shadow is more user-friendly. Okay, so I loaded Beat Saber to see if the stream is fast enough to play songs on Expert. Now everything is tested on 72 Hz, the gameplay is captured straight from Quest, so you're seeing the actual stream come in, which is precisely what I see in the headset. Below, I opened the performance graphs with FPS for your reference, and as for streaming settings, I didn't tweak the settings much as I've kept it close to the recommended settings. And Beat Saber works great, input lag is comparable on both services. In my previous Pluto video, I noticed more input lag on Pluto, but that seems to be solved. It's actually great now, and one thing caught me off guard for a bit. Playing side by side, Pluto is noticeably much sharper. On Shadow, I see streaming artifacts. The visual fidelity is noticeably worse than playing using a physical PC. But PlutoSphere does a fantastic job here. I could go as far as saying that this looks on par with playing on a regular PC. But given the slight input lag, I still don't recommend using VR cloud gaming for competitive games like shooters, as you'll most definitely have a disadvantage due to that latency. Adventure games that are slower paced work well, like the next game, Blade and Sorcery. But that was more brutal to handle for both. Shadow had an average frame rate of around 58. While Pluto had an average frame rate of around 53. It was still playable and good fun though. Then I tried Half-Life Alyx. This works great on Shadow on high settings and 150% super sampling. There is still some blurriness because of streaming artifacts, but it's beautiful enough. Pluto has massive troubles here though. The GPU doesn't seem to handle it, and each time it goes above 90%, I keep getting stutters and performance issues. So I went searching for solutions and I found Pluto's game compatibility list. It told me to launch the game with some launch options, and that did help, but that degraded the streaming quality. So it looks more like Shadow's stream, except it stuttered more. I also tried a recently launched game, Fracked, which played super on Shadow, but it wouldn't launch on PlutoSphere. So it launched on the virtual desktop, but it was black in VR. So I would say Shadow has the best overall performance, and the software is easy to use without many hiccups. The games I tried work out of the box, and I really like how easy it is to launch into Steam VR. But PlutoSphere has better stream quality overall, mainly when a game works. Unfortunately, their software is more buggy and it has trouble with game support, as you can see from this list. This combined with the hourly billing is not great. So until they fix that, I think Shadow is the way to go for now. But remember, PlutoSphere is in early access, so hopefully they are working on the bugs for when it releases. I would reconsider if it gets better game support, plus if they can do anything about their pricing. As you can tell by now, VR streaming can be tricky, but it's already incredible that it's possible. It adds another option for people to get into the higher-end VR games or AAA pancake games. Of course, if you plan on playing them all, then buying a gaming PC will be cheaper eventually. But it will be interesting to see more competition in this field, and cloud gaming probably eventually becoming cheaper. I'm also interested to see the big companies like Nvidia launch VR cloud gaming for the public. I mean, imagine that with their RTX cards. So what do you think? Is VR gaming in the cloud the future, or would you much rather have your own PC forever? Let me know in the comments below. In any case, I'll keep you updated on this if you're interested in that, of course. So subscribe and like this video for more. And if you're interested in PlutoSphere, I made a how-to video about it before, which is linked below. Thanks for watching. Special thanks go to our champions, and I hope to see you in VR. Ciao.